Well, Shep and Anna and I are back up at the cabin. We've been away for a while. The weather has been really wet and the black flies are in peak season. So we waited until now to come up. The weather looked promising and the black flies haven't died off quite yet. There's some around, but they don't seem to be too bad. And we got lots to do. We got outside stuff. We're going to be spreading the chips that I chipped the other day on the pathway to the lake and the other pathways. And a bigger job is we're going to stain our deck. We're going to clean it and stain it. I was kind of okay with it going gray, but I think Anna really wants to stain it and make it look really nice. So we'll be up to that. And as well, I want to do a little work inside. I need to build a workbench and organize the basement and a number of things. But we're looking forward to it, and the weather looks good. So I'm sure we'll get out and enjoy it as well. Is that right? Is that a purple ball? Where'd you get that? Huh?
Take a before and after picture.
Yeah. Okay. I just made a quick run into Timber Mart to pick up supplies. Anna and I have unloaded the 2x4s, quite a few of them, and we got some insulation here, rigid foam, and we're going to take it in now. I had this 4x8 sheet of OSB sitting on top of these sawhorses right here, and that was where I kept all my tools, and that was essentially my workbench, but it was so messy and disorganized that I've taken it down. I want to build a new workbench with cupboards, etc. right there. So I just moved all my tools, stacked them all here for the time being, and I cleaned this out. Now before I can start cleaning up the basement and making a new workbench, I have to put in that basement window. I put this one in, was it last summer? I think. And now I've got to put this one in. Now, the cabin, we passed the occupancy inspection. That's why we were allowed to live in it. But we still haven't passed final inspection, and one of the reasons was I hadn't completed all the windows in the cabin. So I only have three in total due. I've done one. There's one way down there, and there's this one. So not only will I get it done, and then I can do the workbench here, but that'll help me get along on our way to the final inspection as well. So I'm going to work on that window now. Those two boards are just to stop the spray foam from coming outside. So, in an effort to organize the chaos that is this basement, I'm going to try and build a new work area. So, I'm going to build a workbench over here. And when we bought the cabinets for upstairs, we got way more than what we could use. So, I'm going to use these lower cabinets as the bottom of my workbench. And then before all of that gets started, I'm going to put some rigid foam insulation along those two walls, because once the bench is in there, I don't want to move it when it comes time to insulating the walls. So that's the plan anyway. We'll see how it goes as we go along and what changes have to be made. So with the rigid foam insulation in place now, I'm ready to start working on the actual bench. Cabinets right here, these cupboards, they're 2 feet deep, but I want the actual bench to be 3 feet, the surface of the bench to be 3 feet. So these cupboards will sit 1 foot off of the wall, and I'll need something to support the top of the workbench, so I'm going to build a frame back here in this last 1 foot area. I had an old board, I put it up there, and I put a block right there, and here I had an old 6x6, so this will be the bottom of my frame. Now I'm going to run 2 2x4s and lay them across the top, and then the top of the workbench will be able to sit there. I'll be able to build shelves on top of that and so on. So the 2x4s, I just put a couple together. I want to make sure they're flat, so I had some clamps here. So I've clamped them, and I'm just going to put some screws in there, and then I'll be able to lay them right across the back here. It's not always easy to get the work done that you want to do, because you get interrupted pretty regularly by this guy. He keeps opening the door with his nose and then dropping a BALL on the stairs for me. And if I don't come and get it, he opens the door wider, comes down, and knocks the ball over to me. So he leaves me no choice. Every couple minutes, I have to come and do a toss. Okay, I'm done. I'm closing the door. All done. These cabinets have no back on them. So since they're going to be a foot off the wall, anything put in those cabinets could easily fall in behind and I'd have a tough time getting them out. So I need to put a back on them. I didn't have a piece of wood big enough for this one. So, and then I have an echelon exercise bike. So we saved the cardboard. So I screwed and nailed the cardboard on there. And it's on there pretty good. So I think that'll keep things from falling out. And for the smaller set of cabinets, I found this chopped up piece of OSB. So I'm going to screw and nail that on there too. And that should do the job. I'm going to be putting an 8-foot piece of plywood on top of the cabinets, and that'll be the top of the workbench. But unfortunately, I didn't have 8 feet worth of cabinets. They came up short. So I did have some upper cabinets. So what I've done is I've taken this one, flipped it upside down. I put spacers underneath and spacers on the top, and that'll fill out the full 8 feet and support the plywood for the top. I have to admit, it's certainly not custom cabinetry. So the workbench is pretty much done now, although I can't really start using it yet, putting tools and things on it, because I'm planning to put a combination of pegboard to hang tools and some shelves along the back. And yesterday when I was in Timber Mart, they were sold right out of pegboard and not going to have it for a while. So I've got to put this on hold for now. So I'm going to move on from the workbench, move over to another part of the basement where I've got all kinds of wood and materials just sitting around. I tried to organize them, but with them laying on the ground, just too messy. So I think what I'm going to do is build a set of shelves along that wall there that can hold all this wood and other materials in a vertical frame instead of spread out all over the floor. So I had this, first of all, I have to move all this stuff out, and then I'll try and build a set of shelves or a framework in there. Well, we've shuffled the deck chairs and made some room. So we'll build the shelves in this area here. Now that it's clean, or at least empty. Lots of dust in the air.
Oh, yeah.
Excuse me. We've just put everything else all over the place. What a mess. Yep, we're all about the shelves. I'm going to be putting the large shelves together here for all the wood and materials. Meanwhile, Anna's been busy over here. We purchased these steel frame shelves from Canadian Tire. She's already put 3 sets together, and we have a 4th set here. So I think by the time we're finished, we'll have enough shelves. If we don't, something's wrong. Time to get rid of stuff. Anyway, we'll both try and do our shelves at the same time.
Got the number of spaces in between the shelves.
Mm-hmm.
You have to know. So these are the top pieces. That's it.
Is that it? So the frame's all done. We'll put the actual wooden shelves on later.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the top.
doesn't look right. Oh, this is way too low. Well, 3.5 inches too low. Oops. It's not easy to do, but I've screwed up twice on the same board. I didn't have it level this way, so I corrected it, got it level this way, but look at this way. It's miles out. I don't know if you can see the bubble. Not in the right spot. So I have to lower this, I think, by 3.5 inches. That's better. It's only a set of rough shelves, but still, I was out so far. Well, we've decided to switch to the roller and then come back and brush it in with the brush. Try and pick up the pace a bit. Oh. We've reached the point where we can't roll and brush together because we've kind of painted ourselves into a corner, but there was no choice. So the last 2.5 boards will have to be done just with the brush. And Anna won the toss. Well, it's about 4 o'clock in the afternoon, a little after, and we started at 11, and we've just finished. Now, Anna and I are not the fastest workers, so it took us 5 hours. It probably could be done in less. It looks pretty good though. According to the can, it could take from 24 to 48 hours to dry, so we'll just have to leave it and check on it tomorrow and see how we're doing. In the meantime, I can go inside and resume what I was working on in the basement and get out of my Australian hat, which I was wearing because we were putting Australia timber oil on the deck. So I'm just getting ready to add the shelves, and along the bottom I'm not going to put a shelf per se. I just put some pieces, laid them down. They're all pressure treated on the bottom. And when I put wood and materials in there, that'll keep them off the cement. when you're building a place from scratch, you need a lot of screws and nails, and you accumulate so much. And it gets to the point where you've just got too many, and when you're looking for something, can't find it. I'm looking for a 2.5-inch construction screw. I know I've got them, can't find them. So I've got screws, nails, other fasteners. I've moved them all over to the workbench here, and I've saved a lot of food jars, mostly plastic, peanut butter, and I'm going to try and organize all these screws and nails into those containers and move them over to the shelves that Anna made. Good shot. Oh, somebody's at the door. Is that you knocking on my door? What's this here? So here's the piece of pegboard I bought. It's approximately 4 feet by 2 feet. And I want to put it on this wall right there. Now, I need to build a frame for it to keep it off the wall, because these attachments that go on the pegboard, these prongs right here, they have to go in and turn up. So they need space behind the pegboard to go in. So I think a 1/2-inch space would be good enough. So I'm going to build this frame out of 1/2-inch plywood pieces that I've got. And that'll pull the pegboard off the wall by a 1/2 inch. This morning I put up the pegboard. It's not real big. It's 4 feet by 2 feet. And I don't think you get a lot of tools on there. So I was just experimenting with some hangers. I bought a variety of different hangers here and never having used it before. I thought I'd just play around with it and see what I could hang up. And it all looks pretty good. Now, online, I did read that when you put some of these on, when you go to take them off, the hanger comes off with them. And that's no good. So, they've got these, just put that one back on. They've got these locks, these little plastic locks, and you're supposed to put them around. Now, not easy with one hand. I need a camera operator. There we go. There we go, it's locked in now. So when I put the wrench on there, when I take it off, it stays. That's pretty good. Now, well, the basement was our priority. We didn't quite get to the finished product, but we made some good headway. The workbench is all varathaned and good to go. The pegboard is up and ready to be stocked. We got most of the wood organized up off the ground. Still got some down here. Temporarily, I put all the tools on shelves. They'll find new homes as we get going. All the fasteners have a home, and the power tools have a home as well. So overall, pretty good progress and satisfied with that. And the next time we come up, we'll finish the job and get this place ship-shape. Well, we're packing up and getting ready to go. It was a good trip. We swabbed the deck. We moved a lot of wood chips around, and we did try and get our act together inside and organize our basement and the rest of the cabin, and it looks pretty good. So we made a lot of headway, and I'd like to, the weather's turned good, so I'd like to stay for a while and enjoy it, but we do have to head home, and it won't be long before we're coming back, and hopefully the weather's good then too, and we can start enjoying it a little more. Anyway, the path is in good shape with all these wood chips. That really paid off. So we're on our way, and it won't be long till we're right back up here, and we'll see you then.